I just showered and my hair is like still wet and I wait until it's completely dry to brush it out. Honestly, I was just immediately inspired to start a channel. I didn't want to wait to like do my hair and then do my makeup, which I very, very rarely do my makeup anyway. This is my authentic self, so here's what you're getting, okay? Let me start off by saying I am 9 weeks and 3 days pregnant. This little baby that's in the oven, it became 9 weeks on the 4th of July. So we still have quite a bit to go, and I know it's still really early on in a pregnancy to actually be like talking about it, I guess. But I mean, I have complete faith in this pregnancy that this is going to be a beautiful, healthy baby, whether it's a boy or a girl, which my husband and I decided we're not going to find out until the baby's born. So what do you know? You know my name's Toni, you know that I shower, and you know that I'm pregnant. What else you should know is that I'm also vegan. Okay, so I don't eat any meat. I don't eat any dairy products. I was a vegan previously for about a year to a year and a half. And then I was a vegetarian, just solely vegetarian. Every so often I might have eaten fish. One of the main deciding factors as to why I had become a vegan again, after finding out I was pregnant, I think I was only 2 weeks pregnant. And my husband and I weren't trying, I just felt some sort of a differences in my body. So I decided to take a test and it said I was pregnant, and I was really excited. So I scheduled an ultrasound, and then I had to wait a few weeks because they don't do those till about 7 or 8 weeks into your pregnancy. So I scheduled an ultrasound and then I just waited. Well, until then, I mean, I've always followed vegan pages, and I had seen the Fairlife Farms investigations come out. And I saw, I mean, just these calves being beaten with rebar, and people just throwing these calves to the ground, and something that I had never thought about before, even though I was previously a vegan, I had never thought about where milk comes from and what the process is to get milk from a cow to make, you know, milk or yogurt or cheese. Oh, ice cream, that's another big one. So what I never realized growing up, and I talked to my mom about this, and she didn't even realize that this happens, and it just kind of points out how ignorant we are as to what's actually going on behind the scenes in the industry, is that they basically, I mean, this is gonna maybe be a little bit vile sounding, but it's what happens, okay? So they like take semen from a bull, and you can imagine how that happens. It doesn't just magically appear, right? They have to do something to make it happen. So they take the semen from a bull and then they forcibly impregnate a cow, which, if it was somebody doing that to a human, it would be called rape. Let's make that clear right now. Now there's a cow who's pregnant, and they also go through almost like a 9-month term, like humans do, carrying a baby inside of them, and then they give birth, and immediately that calf is stripped from the mother, and the mother is hooked up to machines where it pumps out her milk, and it gets bottled and it gets sent to a grocery store. So the Fairlife Farms investigation footage, it showed these mothers who were just stripped of their calves just calling out to them from across this dirt road, and they were of course fenced in, and like the people were beating these calves, and the mothers were just like calling out to their babies, like losing their voices because they were just trying to call their babies. And it was just so entirely heart-wrenching for me, especially just finding out that I was pregnant, to even fathom somebody, after like enduring this for 9 months, and somebody just stripping my baby away and hooking something up to my breasts and taking my milk to feed other creatures. Like, it just made me sick to the stomach, and it made me like really, really connect with these other animals that terrible things are happening to, and people just turn a blind eye to it. And there's a really strong vegan community that is growing every day, and I am so thankful for that. And because of that investigation, it's such a terrible thing, but it really pushed me to making this decision again. When I decided that I wanted to become a vegan, again, after that, there was no doubt in my mind that like nothing was gonna change my decision. My eyes have been open to what really goes on in the industries. I did a lot of research to see if vegan pregnancy is going to be safe and different people's experiences. There's not a lot of videos on YouTube about pregnant vegans. So I decided that I wanted to make this channel, and obviously I'm not going to be pregnant forever, but I really just wanted to make this channel and document what is gonna be happening like during this vegan pregnancy. It's actually really good if you're a vegetarian or a vegan because you're ingesting a lot of greens, but all I know is that green leafies are your best friend. Like, I avoid McDonald's like the plague, okay? And for whatever reason, I broke 2 days ago. I went to McDonald's and I ordered a large French fry. And I was like, no salt, please, so that way it could be fresh when it got to me. But I just really want fried potatoes. Doesn't matter if they're hash browns, tater tots, curly fries, French fries, waffle fries, like anything like that. I just really want to eat it. But I'm kind of like giving into those cravings a little bit, and I'm making sure that I am eating potatoes so that way I'm not like super ravenous whenever I, finally let myself eat them. I'm trying to like have maybe a little bit at a time now is what I've decided. However, I'm also making sure that I'm getting my greens in different ways. Like, I'm making vegan sushi rolls. And I really like them a lot, and my husband loves them. So it's totally safe also. I don't use the cooking wine. I use the rice vinegar is what I use in the rice. So later on in the videos that I make, I'm gonna be putting up recipes. I'm gonna be putting up the prenatal vitamins that I take. I'm going to be putting up different foods and things that I make sure to get into my diet, and even like hacks or whatever that I've heard that we're not going to find out if they work until after I give birth, right? But if you're keeping along with the channel, then you'll actually be able to see the progression of things. Okay, so this is just an introduction, a very long introduction. Hello, my name is Toni again, and I'm really excited to carry you guys along with this baby and myself on this journey for the next 7 months-ish, somewhere in there, like 7 months. For the next 7 months, I'm going to be making videos, posting them, so that way you guys can who are vegan women who are pregnant don't have to be deterred from successfully completing a vegan pregnancy and continuing on to your vegan lifestyle. And I know it might be complicated thinking like, oh, maybe I need to drink milk or have yogurt because this baby needs calcium. Well, I'm also going to be researching and putting studies up in a link down below in the bio of each of the videos, so that way I can help you guys find different sources of specific vitamins like iron and calcium and folate that are so recommended to have for your babies. Also different things like what I do to help morning sickness and what I do to try to keep the weight a little bit down, because you don't like of course you're gonna gain weight while you're pregnant because you're growing a baby, and you don't want to become overly fat, and you also don't want to be too skinny. You want to have kind of a nice balance in the middle there. So I'm gonna kind of just do my best to maintain what I think is healthy, and keep checking with my OB, and just letting you guys know what the OB says, and different stuff like that. Like in the future videos, I want to be super raw, super real, and I just really want to let you guys in on this journey, and I really want you guys to feel like you're not alone. You being pregnant and vegan, you're not alone. There's other people out there who are doing it, and it is safe for your baby. Don't be afraid, and don't let people who eat meat, which is really bad for your body actually, don't let them try to convince you that eating carcinogens is better for your body than eating fresh, whole foods, plant-based foods. That's all I got. Okay, I could just rant about this forever, so I'm gonna keep it there. I know it can be really difficult to listen to people just blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to be that way. I am that way in real life, but it's hard to watch on videos, okay? And I know that. So thank you for watching my first video. Go ahead and like and subscribe. I don't know where that button is yet, but do one of those things wherever it's at. And leave a comment down below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask any questions you want. If you're a meat eater who is skeptical, I mean, if you have questions, go ahead and ask the questions, but if you have negative comments, just move on, man. Like, we don't want any of that stuff here. I'm not even gonna listen to you anyway, so just, you're kind of wasting your time. But if you have questions, feel free to ask questions, and I will be happy to answer those for you. So, bye!